Ethan, what were these last 2 months like for you as a starter, and what does it mean for your future moving forward?
Yeah, unbelievable experience, first and foremost. Wouldn't trade it for the world, and then obviously for my future, just a blessing, and try to make the most of every opportunity I had, and hopefully that helps me moving forward.
Do you have a feel for decisions that are going to be made, or when will decisions be made? Can you address that?
Not yet. Just gonna work towards those after. Just happy with the win right now, and those will be made further down the line.
What are those emotions like on the field, in the locker room, when you know so many of those people in that room won't be together moving forward?
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. Guys you may have came in with, or I've been with the last 2 years. Because they're like brothers to me, and just going to be excited for them wherever they go, but definitely going to be sad to see them go, and going to have the opportunity to play with them again.
Good.
What did you see from Hughes today?
Say it again.
What did you see from Quentin today?
Quinn, yeah, I mean, you kind of saw a glimpse of what he was as a player. I mean, we saw it in practice. Just with how shifty he is, and I think one of the best things he did today was he got downhill on a lot when we needed him to. He's a shifty guy. He's really good in space, but I thought that's where he shined today, is when we needed 5 yards, he was going to get them for us.
Where are you as a quarterback now, the guy who was out there completing whatever 80% of your passes, compared to your first start?
Yeah, I think just a ton of growth. I think I'm just excited about that to carry into the offseason, get bigger, stronger, faster, obviously, and then just keep working on all the small parts of my game to just be more accurate and keep rolling, keep the trajectory high.
Can you talk a little bit about Deny in a game with so many opt-outs? He played until the final snap.
Yeah, I think just Deny, high character guy. Everyone in the locker room loves him. Just a great guy, and especially in the past couple months, with all the hardships we've been having, he's just been a glue guy for us. He's a leader for the team. Been a guy that's been here for a while, and obviously, just a really good player. So it's easy to follow a guy like that and help us get through those tough times.
How is he a leader? Is he vocal?
Yeah, I would say a mix of a little bit of vocal, but kind of just like I mentioned before, kind of like the glue guy. Like everyone likes Deny, like I said, and I think that goes a long way when you're in situations that we were in this season.
Ethan, 4 new 73-yard pass to Penn that led to touchdown, made it 15-3.
Say it one more time.
Can you just go through everything that led to the 73-yard pass to Penn?
Yeah, so it was kind of a similar look. We'd gotten, it was man, and I knew he had a seam, and we hit it previously in the Rutgers game. The same play. And when I saw him kind of break in front of that defender, I knew I had to put it right on him. He ran a great route, and obviously breaking those 2 tackles was huge, giving us that lead.
Ethan, what kind of happens next for you in terms of making this decision? Who do you meet with? Who do you talk through? What's kind of your timeline to make that?
Yeah, I'm not sure on a timeline, but definitely, my parents, talking to God, and my agent, just seeing what's best for me. But nothing on a timeline or anything.
What are the things you value most in wherever you end up next, whether it's here or elsewhere?
Yeah, just high character staff, someone that's going to develop me to be the best player possible, and just keep working and to try to find the place that is going to be able to do that best for me.
What can you say about
4 new starters in the O-line. Did you feel them getting confident and getting their feet underneath and getting traction kind of as the game wore on?
Yeah, I kind of, I definitely saw that. It was kind of similar to, like the Iowa game for me. It was just, I knew what that some of those guys were going to be feeling. So, especially in the second half when we really got rolling on offense, I felt like, they did a great job holding up, and we started to make plays, and I got really confident behind him.
What can you say Indy Code will make you like after this game?
Yeah, he was emotional. He came up, gave me a hug, and we just expressing how appreciative we were of each other, and I think I was just super excited to be able to go out on a high note like that with him.
Ethan, how much did Deny's presence pick up the whole team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially those sacks. Those were huge. Huge for momentum, and we were getting super excited on the sideline. So just that momentum piece was huge.
And the fact that he played in the game where a lot
of
us did.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say just having an older guy like that, a guy that's established, is big time.
What can you say about the job Terry's done these past seven games, and how has your relationship grown with him?
Yeah, me and Terry's relationship has grown a lot. On the field after, just emotional, and just giving him a hug. And I think he's the biggest reason we're in this position to win 4 straight and going on a high note like this, and hopefully project Penn State football into the next phase. That obviously he's going to be on staff, and that's huge to just keep that growth. And then obviously just obviously the last couple games with him, we've just built a big relationship, and meeting with him and just that practice, being with the offense more.
How's he energize you guys or drive you guys?
Yeah, he talks about like the pencil, going in the sharpener. I think he's just a high energy guy, high character guy. Every team meeting, we start with some fun stuff to get the blood flowing, and I think he just does a great job, motivating the guys, and he's done a good job with that since I've been here.
You mentioned that
We saw
growth
you connect
earlier.
with Kobe a couple of times
Yeah.
today. What have you seen from him over really the last month, even leading up to this game?
Yeah, Kobe's an elite wide receiver. I think that he's got a super bright future. I love the job he's done, and when he's been in the game, and I always look forward to throwing with him just because how friendly he is as a wide receiver. So I think he has one of the highest ceilings on the team, and just with everything he's done, I'm super excited for him, and hopefully get to throw to him more.
Do you think like balancing getting ready for this game while getting to know the new staff as well in the last month?
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting. I think having that month of prep has helped because we haven't, been. We've had some more off time, you could say, to try to get to meet with them. But I mean, it's definitely been hectic trying to balance. You don't want to go too overboard with that because we still had a game to win today, and I think we did a good job with that as a team, just the way we came out and executed.
Can you take a step back and take like a deep breath now, or a decision's looming one way or the other? Is that kind of in the back of your head now immediately?
Not necessarily. I'm just gonna go enjoy this one on the bus ride back with the guys. Play some games with them and whatnot. But after that, maybe. But I can't really speak on that now because that's what I'm looking forward to. Just going back and spending time with them on the bus. So.
You mentioned that growth earlier. What's the biggest difference between you when you took over the starting job and you standing here now?
I would just say confidence back there in your presence. I think that just that confidence to execute the plan, and just that continuous growth, like Coach K talks about, just the continuous development, that aspect, and I think you'll turn the right direction. When you just work towards that goal, and I think that's the biggest thing is the confidence piece.
Ethan, how do these 7 games as a starter change what you can accomplish this offseason, what you can build upon versus if you didn't have these opportunities?
Yeah, I think that's just that game experience, what the timing looks like on the routes and stuff like that, how quick they need to be, and obviously just the leadership aspect. And, it's definitely valuable to have those game experience because the guys can look to you and if they maybe haven't played as much and what it will be like and whatnot.
Ethan, Coach Sherman told us after he feels today was your best game as a starter. Would you agree with that individually?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's definitely up there. I think the things we were able to execute on offense, we missed a couple opportunities. I dirted the ball. Obviously, I shouldn't have, and it's not typical, but it happens. But I think on the aspect of this was the most up and down game, but we were still able to come out on top. I think that's the biggest excitement for me.
This is the biggest opportunity for Cooper yet. I know you're pretty tight with him. How do you think he did, and what did this opportunity mean for him?
Yeah, I think it meant the world to him because of he's a Penn State guy. He grew up in Pennsylvania, and just his leadership. He came in and even before we got here with our class, just always talking to us. I think he was a big reason. We were tight coming in as a class, and he's one of the guys that you just look to, and he's always got a smile on his face, and he's working to build a relationship with you. So I was just super excited to have him out there. I have full trust in him, full belief in him. So just being able to have a guy like that in front of you just means everything.
Ethan, Quinton's another of your teammates. How did you see him stay patient? He didn't play on offense during the regular season, and what came through today on the field? He's able to get some things going.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of growth from Q. Just from the aspect of coming in, maybe trying to, make too many cuts or whatnot. But, I think this whole season's been a huge learning moment for him with K-Tron and Nick and everything. And it came out today. You saw, how physical he was, how violent he was, while still maintaining, the best part of his game with how shifty he was. So, I mean, I've got all the respect in the world for Quinn, biding his time and, putting on a performance like that. He's just done a great job. And, I'm just super excited and happy for him.
What is
What does it mean to you to have, not just Denied, but some of your senior receivers like Penn and Kyron Hudson come back and play one more game with you?
Yeah, I was super excited to find out, they were playing again. Obviously, wanted to send them out on a high note, give them every opportunity we could. And, that was something we kind of talked about, me and Coach K, was, hey, I really want to get these, he was talking about it, we really want to get these wide receivers involved, this game, just, with everything. They've done a great job. And I think that, we were able to do that today just with Trevor, and obviously Kyron went down, which sucked, but Tyseer, Kobe, and those guys did a great job filling in, and obviously D. Ross, his being a speedy guy like that, being able to find him on critical third downs and stuff like that was just having them was kind of like a safety net for me.
Thanks, Mark.
Cool, appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.